It's Friday, July 12th. Good afternoon. I'm Herman Green with your midday news. For those of you watching online at onespotmedia.com, a very special welcome to you. Pressure continues to mount on the Andrew Holness-led government for a minister to be appointed to the Education Ministry. Speaking at a Newport divisional meeting recently, Deputy Opposition Spokesman on Education, Michael Stewart, called for the matter to be dealt with as a matter of urgency.
The Ministry of Education is one of the most complex ministries in this country. We have over 50,000 workers, teachers and other workers. We have 700 students in the public system, in our school system. We are now making plans for the new school year. Everything is in confusion, is in haywire. Nobody is accountable. Everybody wants to do their own thing.
Stewart believes having a minister without portfolio in the position is not working.
There are 3 ministers of education, and it seems that as if the children can't make one. We have the Prime Minister there. We have the Rastaman who's there from our Portmore. With him talk more. We have the leader of who came there on Tuesday gone to give a report on the primary exit profile. And when he was finished, the entire parliament, the country was more confused than before. And they are putting it across that everything is hunky-dory.
There have been numerous calls for an education minister to be appointed following the firing of Ruel Reid on March 20. More capital will be made available to the micro, small and medium enterprises, MSMEs, in the near future. That's according to Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark. He has also reiterated his announcement for a collaborative investment fund for the MSME sector. We have more in this report.
We don't know in advance under which rock or which root of which tree this inspiration is going to arise. And therefore, we have to have an environment where wherever it springs from, capital can be available to allow it to move forward.
$400 million being pumped into the Jamaican economy as the government tries to provide small businesses with more access to startup capital. It's through a partnership between the government, angel investors, and the International Development Bank. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the government lacks the resources to accurately pinpoint the right investments, which is why they opted for the route of matching the investment from angel investors in the economy.
We're going to have a sidecar fund of just starting with 200 million Jamaican dollars that will match angel investors, dollar for dollar, on angel investments that they make. The government doesn't have the resources to do the search or the evaluation, and so what it will do is find as many angel networks as it can, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have MOUs with them that whatever they decide to support, the government will come in on the same terms on a 50-50 basis.
The minister went on to indicate that digital technology is slowly blurring the lines between the physical and digital capabilities of businesses. He added that it is important for investors and the government to take action in developing a country of strong entrepreneurs to build the economy. He argues that in order to achieve this, the process of starting, maintaining, and expanding businesses has to be easier.
Beyond that, we are working on bringing efficiencies to the microeconomic space by taking a lot of processes out of the manual sphere and making them accessible online through digital activity. And some of those include the single electronic window, which will be a platform through which interaction with all of the border processing agencies, and I believe there are 9 of them, will be done electronically.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.
Member of Parliament for St. Catherine West Central, Dr. Christopher Tufton, is calling for more investment in rural areas. He was speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the new Wakefield Basic School in St. Catherine. He says for years, parents in Wakefield and its environs have been improvising when it comes to their children's elementary level education. Currently, basic school classes are being held at the community center, an environment that Dr. Tufton says is not suitable.
Over the next 6 months, they will have as good a facility at the level of an infant school as any other Jamaican child anywhere in Jamaica, rural or urban. And as a consequence, they will have equal opportunity. And we are into equitable opportunity for our population, our citizens, and certainly West Central should not be left out. Equal opportunity to learn in an environment that is conducive to learning.
Now, under our partnership with the Chase Fund, a new facility, including 3 classrooms, an office, dining room, and other facilities will be built. Dr. Tufton argues that investing in rural areas will allow parents and students the opportunity to compete with their urban peers.
We have to invest more, in my opinion, in empowering our citizens of communities and rural communities in particular. But the end result of that, for the people of Wakefield, Buxton Town, and its environs, is that we now have monies available. I'm told somewhere in the region of 35 million.
The construction should begin next Wednesday and will take approximately 6 months to complete. The principal of the Wakefield Primary School will also assume the position of the head of the basic school as the facility is being constructed in close proximity to the Wakefield Primary School. And we now take a break here on the Midday News, but stay with us. We have more stories when we return. Welcome back, continuing the news. PNP Vice President and supporter of Dr. Peter Phillips in the party's presidential race, Damian Crawford, says there is still time for Jamaicans to warm up to the idea of Dr. Peter Phillips as Prime Minister. According to the RGR Gleaner Group Don Anderson poll done this year, only 12% of Jamaicans have a positive view of Dr. Phillips' performance as opposition leader. 51% had a negative view, and 37% said his performance was average. This has been listed by presidential challenger Peter Bunting as his camp as one of the reasons for attempting to remove him as PNP president. However, Mr. Crawford, who was speaking in East Kingston last evening, feels there is still hope.
Before all of this, what we are here now with billboard and music and soundtrack, carry your mind to 3 months ago. If your daughter, your niece, your nephew that say, Appoint for beat. So if that wasn't so 3 months ago, and for some reason it can be so now, then maybe when time election time, you might have more than 12. Because we the party cannot win a campaign until they start a campaign.
The St. James Police is lauding a relatively new program targeting youths for the recent reduction in shootings in one area of the parish. Head of the St. James Police, Superintendent Vernon Ellis, says under the 3-month-old program in Salt Spring, administrators have, among other things, assisted over 240 students at schools in the community with meals through the school's adoption initiative.
Since we started this program in Salt Spring some 3.5 months ago, we've had 0 issues in terms of violence, persons being shot, the high tension. I think this is one way to go in terms of segueing the law enforcement back into these communities and helping to restore the trust and confidence in the JCF.
On the heels of that perceived success, Superintendent Ellis announced another program which could be seen as an extension of the first.
We know the summer is busy. A lot of parents will be out. The kids can be running around. It can endanger kids too. And we'll just take the opportunity to teach them how to cross roads and, it won't be like a military or a paramilitary drill. We're not going down that line. You know, we teach them some parenting kids skills, and it's normal for the JCF to partner with CSJP and JCF and do programs.
He also says this new approach is a collaboration with other entities, including the Jamaica Social Investment Fund, JCIF, the Barnett Corporation, and the Tourism Enhancement Fund, TEF. Plans are in place to extend the program to other crime hotspots like Green Pond and Granville in September. $5 million has been committed to the Jamaica government by the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, to fund the country's disaster risk finance initiative. The funds will be used to meet immediate and long-term rebuilding costs of major natural disasters. This includes developing a policy framework for disaster risk finance in the public sector and innovative financial instruments for risk management. According to USAID, this would be a transformative initiative that would have a long-lasting, self-sustaining outcome, as the Jamaican government has committed to taking over these payments over the long term. A package for disaster. Members of Ginger Ridge in St. Catherine say that the rising temperatures and the current drought is crippling their existence. Officials and members of the community say the government needs to do more to provide resources for them and their livestock. Councillor for the Ginger Ridge Division and Deputy Mayor Ralston Wilson raised the matter in the recent session of the Spanish Town Municipal Corporation.
Your Worship, I just want to find out. I have never experienced anything like this in all of my days. That we are in one of the worst drought-stricken time, and not even $1 reach the truck water. It's a shame.
All right,
Jamaica should know about this. We want to know what is happening. Your Worship, it is so bad. The truck that NWC used to have turned over, and it's mashed up. Councillors, behave a little better now, please.
Please.
It has turned over and mashed up. We don't have a truck from NWC, and we can't get any money to truck water. What will the people do? Or what can we tell the people?
Now, TVJ News spoke with one resident from the area.
Well, we get a big lick. Because most of the pepper them just dry up. Because them can't get no water. Them dry up. Okay. Yeah, man. Because rainfall we have to depend on. Well, just the rainfall me I depend on. Just the rainfall. Because no water around we.
And we go down to sports news. National triple jump champion Shanika Ricketts finished third in the women's triple jump on day one of the two-day Monaco Diamond League meet. Ricketts cut the sand at 14.67 meters, while Commonwealth champion Kimberly Williams was fourth in a season's best 14.46 meters. In the meantime, double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson headlines the list of 5 Jamaicans set to compete on today's day 2 of the event. Thompson will compete in the women's 200 meter, where she will face off with Bahamian Shawnee Miller-Uibo, Dutch sprinter Daphne Skippers, and Marie-Jose Talou of the Ivory Coast. 2015 world champion Danielle Williams will line up in the women's 100 meter sprint hurdles, her first Diamond League meet since her controversial disqualification at the National Senior Championships. Williams won the event at the opening Diamond League in Doha in May. Now she will have for company world leader and fellow Jamaican Janique Brown. National champion Russell Clayton and Genevieve Russell will contest the women's 400 meter hurdles. And that wraps up the Midday News. I'm Herman Green. Please join us at 7 for the Primetime News Package. On behalf of the News, Sports and Production teams, have a good afternoon.